Alright, it looks like we are live. Let me just double check. Yep, getting an ad. So much fun. Well, this is looking like Botswana right here. Let me just, wow, we're really doing the 15-second unskippable ad, 1 of 3. That is crazy. Wow, this is actually insane. Rory Shea saying yes. AM saying you and you, sir, an American hero. Thank you, AM. Much appreciated, as always. Wow, it is actually fully giving me 3 unskippable. The third one was skippable, finally. Wow. Alright, welcome in. We are 34 countries deep. It is a Sunday night, and I believe we're in Botswana. How can we tell that? The sand. It is Botswanan sand. And that's kind of the only clue we're going to get for a while. Probably. Christopher Like saying happy Sunday, everyone in Ewan. Happy Sunday, Christopher Like. Ill Tired saying bonjour, bonjour. Ill Tired, welcome in. Hope we've all had a wonderful week. An exciting week. A good time. What do we got? There's nothing. This is going to be the next forever. I'm going to have a cough drop real quick. See if I can open it with one hand. Or, you know what? Ah, that didn't really... Wait, I can do it. I can keep clicking and open the cough drop. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I've done it. I'm just that talented. Ugh. But... yeah, I don't, this is just, we're gonna go on forever here. Sun is to the north, yeah, duh. So the sun was always gonna be to the north here. I'm trying to think if there's, this isn't Argentina. Like, I highly doubt that it's Argentina. What we got going on here? These are going to be some words. Yeah. Not Argentina. Like, Botswana feels safe here, but I guess it could also be South Africa. Not 100% sure. What do we got here? Just clicking and clicking and clicking, and this is all this is gonna be. And I kind of want to just go for it, but can't do that. We keep on rolling. Keep on rolling. Just keeping on going. Anything exciting happened this week? In the world? No. No. Well, more or less, no. Nothing positive, at least. There is, when they announced New Jersey Transit is going to charge like 100 or 150 to get to World Cup games. Kind of insane. Like, literally just the train from Manhattan to MetLife, or New York, New Jersey Stadium, as they're going to be calling it. 100 to 150. I saw 2 different reports. It's not like, oh, they're not sure. It's like, I say the 100 to 150 because I'm not sure. Yeah, that's ridiculous. This whole thing has just gotten stupid. And they're banning tailgating, I saw. At MetLife at the very least, I think. I don't know about the other ones. We're just out in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, Christopher Lexan looked at the ticket prices for the LA Olympics. Not bad, but still pricey. That's exciting. Wait, I'm trying to remember when the LA Olympics are. That's 2028, right? Right? Yeah, because Paris was 2024. That'll be fun. LA Olympics will be good. I'm going to travel out there for that. World Cup kind of has lost a lot of the appeal at this point. Yeah, Christopher likes saying 2028, yes. Yeah, Olympics are a great atmosphere. But it's still probably... The thing is, everything in LA is going to be so expensive. Because it's... Obviously, it's how it already goes whenever there's an Olympics somewhere. But when you have it in the richest country, like highest standard of living... Well, I don't have whatever index you would use for that in front of me. How about this? When you have a country like that is, there's no compare. Wow, my brain's just not working. I'm trying to make a point. Country big, lots of people with disposable income. My brain is not working. Never mind. Yeah, Christopher likes saying World Cup is losing its appeal because of some orange lunatic. It's losing its appeal for a lot of reasons. It's just like... Wow, my brain's just fully not on. Bizarre day. I didn't realize how not on my brain was until just now. And we're just meandering around in the sand. Hanging out. Yep. Come on, keeping on going. Just clicking and clicking and clicking and clicking and clicking and clicking and clicking. Can we do Botswana? I just want to get this done with. It's just sand in the middle of nowhere. There's nothing for me to talk about. It's just sand. It's pointless. Let me do the Zoom thing again. Freezite saying big ups. Big ups, Freezite. Welcome in. Happy Sunday. We are in Botswana probably. My brain is not on. We're just it's all vibes tonight. It's this stupid thing. All right. Well, it's not working. Oh, here we go. That's South Africa. Our roads are South African. We good with that? Freezite saying it's the Kalahari Desert. The map isn't showing up all too detailed. Don't know why it's doing that. Oh well. Any objections to South Africa? Hodazel, McCarthy's Rest. Let's do it. Nice. That's why it looks like Botswana. It's right there. United States or Canada? Canada. Let's just confirm by checking... Oh, a speed limit, which I just checked. Right. Am I missing anything? Just... Yeah, .ca over there. Christopher likes saying Canada sent. The map is gone. There it is. 36. Sorry, my foot feels weird. It's like one part of a part of my heel that hasn't fully regained feeling yet, and it's just a bizarre sensation down there. Freeze saying the World Cup is turning out to be something to avoid versus something to look forward to. They really screwed up. Yeah, pretty much. It doesn't seem fun anymore. It's all just all the hype. Like, it should be hype, but instead all the news is just like, this is $1 billion, this is $1 billion, they're doing this, they're doing that. And it's like, well, this sucks. Like, and not even, I imagine it's always going to be hard to go see, like, going to see the US play would be ridiculously expensive. Going to see any host country play in the World Cup, when it's a host country with like a rich developed country, it's going to be expensive to go see them play because the demand is going to be insane. Ooh, what is that? That's Czech or Slovak. But even Scotland's playing 2 games a few hours from here, as a country of 6 million people, and like, I am priced out of that. I'm already in the country. I am a bus ride away. And it's just ridiculous. Cat saying hi, Ewan and all, and hi, free time. Hello, cats, welcome in. So I fear we're kind of stuck in this little sliver. Can we go? Okay. Here's our escape route, potentially. Let's get out through here. Nope. Sorry for the chewing. You know when you have a cough drop and you're just like, I gotta bite it. Like, you just can't resist. Freezite saying hi, cats. The Sultan of Mindanao. Cat saying, oh no. Tired saying laggy McLaggish here. I was afraid of that. When the map wasn't loading right, I was like, uh-oh. Christopher likes saying the fact that... Wait, let me check what it looks like. It's not looking bad on my end. Let me know if it gets bad. And I'll try to pull out the... I didn't do the Ethernet cable this week because we've seen that the Wi-Fi is somehow stronger than the Ethernet cable. So I have that option if it is bad. But Christopher likes saying the fact they overprice every single tier is the biggest reason. TKO had to lower their ticket prices for WrestleMania. These high prices for events are starting to backfire. Yeah, it's just not even worth going to things anymore. It's too expensive. The Pravanya, yeah, I don't know what that says. I don't know why I'm trying to read it. That's not gonna tell me the difference between Czech and Slovak. These might. SK, this is Slovakia. Any objections? Cat saying I haven't been to Mindanao, but Freezite saying, Cats, your regal presence is already there, my guy. Yeah, so, here, let's go ahead and do Slovakia. Nice. Ooh. This is snazzy. Oh, this is once again Czech or Slovak. Just don't know which one. And this should give it to us. There's the Czech flag. Is there going to be a Slovak flag? Yeah, there's a Slovak flag too. Okay, so that's not helpful. Yeah, well, let's keep moving. My nose, classic, itchy at this exact time every week. Never any other time. Let's read this billboard or these ads. This is usually when Cats shines. I won't notice something, and then Cats will be like, "Oh, there's a web address. There's the web address, right here. .cz." Anyone object to that? I think we got it. Ooh, pardon me. Going once, going twice. Check. .be. Oh, did Spirit Airlines go bankrupt yet? Anyone here knows? Did Spirit Airlines is going bankrupt? Spirit Airlines. Wow, full liquidation. That's crazy. Huh. Alright, Belgium. Oh my goodness, this map. Alright. Oh, this looks nice. Yeah, feel tired saying you don't look at the top of GeoGuessr signs, but the bottom first. Yeah, that's the smart way of doing it. This is nice. Christopher like saying technically they won't be missed. And Freezite saying it went through, yikes. Yeah, I didn't even know they were on the verge of that. That's complete, well, alright. This is San Francisco. Which is not what I expected at all. But Ill Tired saying I'll be in Belgium on Friday night. That's super exciting. When do you fly out? This map is ridiculous. If I looked at the compass, I would have caught it. I did think for a second, what if that's a different red bridge? But I was like, no. It's so iconic. It's clearly... That was great. Of course it's Finland. I thought about Finland and then I was like, nah, Sweden. It's the map is so bad Monaco's not on it. Monaco. Oh, I got it. There we go. Yep. Okay, well, today we learned there are bridges that look like the Golden Gate Bridge. This is the United States. It's not Canada. Yep. I don't know. I've got no idea where this... Balkan... Greece... Who knows? Come on. Zoom. This is a really nice view. Excited to find out where this is. Here we go. Pigeon Bay, Duvashell, Pigeon Bay Road. This is New Zealand. Yeah, Christchurch. It's New Zealand. Anyone object? Let me get my next cough drop out. Yeah. Alright. Let's run it. Love that. Ulica Janka Krala. Profitech Solar. SK. Slovakia. Anyone object? Freezite asking what time we calling Tavares. Drew. We're not. Drew is watching WrestleMania tonight. I just spoke to him. And, yeah, we will not be calling him, unfortunately. He has people over. So, no Drew cameo tonight. Darn. Mexico. Like, literally, Oaxaca, Mexican national seal. Arturo's gonna spawn. Yep, Christopher likes saying, I have WrestleMania on my other screen too. I didn't know it was not. I don't really know what WrestleMania is, actually, if I'm so honest. I've been to Drew's house for WrestleMania in the past, but that was a Saturday, so I'm kind of confused. Yeah, Freezite saying Arturo 321. Freezite saying sounds lame and full of copium. No, I just spoke to, you know what's funny? I actually called him on Monday night. He was at his desk, and I just said, haha, I knew you would be right there, and then hung up. It was pretty funny. I got him. And he called me later that day, but he was laying in his bed, so he was like, this doesn't count. I was like, I think it still counts. You're still in your room. This is somewhere German speaking. This is that classic, well, A, there was some German words back there. B, this bus logo is in German countries, but they don't change it based on Austria or Germany, which is awesome. I'm sure these would help if we could see them a bit better. Freezite. Okay. I read that differently. Freezite saying, I bet Drew dresses up like The Undertaker. He did have a bizarre Halloween costume this year. I can't remember what it was. Oh, you know what? It wasn't. I thought it was wrestling related. It wasn't. He was... what are the things? I think he was a hobbit. I think him and his friends went as Lord of the Rings characters. And I think Drew was a hobbit. So, I mean, he is short. He's like 5'2". It's crazy. So it works. Freezite saying, I don't like wrestling myself. I'm not a big wrestling fan either. Nothing against it. Just I've literally never paid attention. Sammy Marco saying I'm not 5'2". Oh, I'm not saying you're 5'2". I'm saying Drew's 5'2". Freezite saying Short King stand up. Christopher likes saying people, speaking to people on screen right now with a costume on. Danhausen, you are cursed. I have no idea what that is referring to. Sammy Marco asking, Belarus man is a short king. He is indeed a short king. He's going to be furious that I'm lying about his height. But yeah, Drew 5'2" on a good day. Definitely. Ironic because Lukashenko is super tall. Sammy's a giant among men. Yeah, it's all German. You know, actually, yesterday, the Russian class and I, we decided we go to Brighton Beach, the main Russian neighborhood in New York. And I thought, like, oh, haha, it'll be one of those neighborhoods where, you know, once upon a time, there was a big Russian population. Like, there's a Scottish town in the area I grew up in. There's no Scottish people there. There was like one time I went into a store and a guy had a Scottish accent and it threw me off. There's also a Greek town There are actually a lot of Greeks there, but they don't speak it. We went to Brighton Beach, myself and my classmates last night, and we did not hear English. Just fully did not hear English. It was wild. Like, we were ordering food. We were ordering food in Russ English, which was funny. We went to this place. We said it felt like we were on vacation. It felt like we were on a Europe vacation. So we were sitting in this restaurant. Everyone's speaking Russian. Guy comes up to us. We order. We're like, oh, we'll order family style, and just pick at each other's plates so we could try all the food. So we got like borscht to start. But then the guy, we put in our entrees, and he's like, no, you don't want that. No, get this. Get this instead. He's like, you want the lamb chops, and you want the this and that, and that'll do you. That's what you want. Like, from this menu, this is what you want. And we're like, okay, man, yeah, whatever. And I'm like, I'm looking down at the menu, and I'm trying to eye my friends. Like, guys, he's just listing the most expensive things on the menu. But we rolled with it. And then eventually he came out with the food, and he's like, yeah, I actually didn't even bring the lamb chops because I figured you guys had enough food. We were like, okay. Which we did. I'll send the platter in the Discord later. It was amazing. It was so good. Genuinely, so good. Freezite singing Mother Russia, you don't order food. Food orders you. For real. It was crazy. Sammy Marco saying, I need to go to Brighton Beach. It's funny you say Russian waiter is a G. He's actually Ukrainian. We were talking to him. I don't remember exactly where in Ukraine he said he was from, but we met a good number of Ukrainians when we were out there. Another guy, we went to a bar afterwards, and we're sitting there. For some reason, the conversation gets to a point that prompts one of the guys in our group to pull out his Russian textbook from his coat. And we were like, why did you bring your Russian textbook? The answer was because it was like an hour plus train ride out there. Same city, hour plus train ride. Oh, my nose. Sammy Marco saying Ukrainian even better. Glory to Ukraine. Freezite saying say it with the accent, though. I'm not saying it with the accent. We don't do accents here on this channel. I'm just going to make myself look like an idiot. But, yeah, he pulls out his Russian textbook. He, like, reads something, closes it, and it's sitting there. It's, Sammy Marco saying hour on the subway, New York is huge. Well, here's the problem. We all took the same line. Let me show you this line, and this is why it takes an hour. Freezite saying you would hangs out with dorks. I feel secondhand cringe. Here's why it takes an hour. So we all took the Q. So this is the Brighton Beach stop. The Q in Manhattan is express. So we all just flew through Manhattan. We were all on different Q trains. Even in this part of Brooklyn, flying through it, get to Prospect Park, local, and the stops are 20 feet apart. So it was just stop for like half of it. This is where the length came from. It was horrendous. You didn't even get up to speed, and then you were in the next station. But the textbook is sitting there, and the bartender's just staring at it. And my friend catches it, and he catches this, and he's like, "Yeah, what's up, man? Like, where are you from?" Something like that. And he's like, "I'm from Ukraine." And then they switched to Ukrainian and chatted for, I had no idea what they were saying. You're tired saying Germany question mark? It's Germany or Austria. I don't know which one. That's the problem. That's a US flag. I just can't figure out. Yeah, Sammy Arca saying stop spacing needs to chill. They need to run a more express version. Yeah, for real. It was just a nightmare. And it wasn't even like I could read because I would have gotten motion sickness from the constant like start, stop. It was horrendous. Freezite saying this bar sounds like the opening scene for the new Hostel movie. That was a normal bar. That place was normal. The waiter, the Ukrainian waiter, recommended a spot to us. He recommended a couple spots. So we head to the first one. We walk in. The bouncer's like, no, guys. You're not dressed for this. Because we didn't... I was the one who got stopped. I was in a hoodie. Because I was like, oh, we're just going to walk around and goof off. So we go outside. We throw my hoodie in an alley. And I throw on one of the other guys' coats. Weirdest experience ever. Like, weirdest place. It was very much... It did not feel like we were in the United States. It was a very bizarre experience. How are we? It's got to be Germany, but we don't know for sure. I'm happy to go for Germany at this point because it's so flat. But we can't say it with certainty yet. We're 5 deep also. How do we feel about doing Germany here? Lucky you, Sammy Marco. Don't get motion sickness on transit. See, I can do it underground on the subway. I'm totally fine there. But above ground, I can see the stuff going past me and it start, stop. Granted, subways are by nature start, stop. But like with such frequency, it just... Bleh. Sammy Marco saying Northern Germany. I'm happy to go with it. Does anybody object? Freezite saying threw it in an alley. Anyone here seen that movie Lord of War? Ewan looking to be Ukrainian Poyo. There was a guy who like half threatened me. I will be so real with you. I almost became Poyo. And I was trying to say to him that like, dude, chill, but also like didn't want to make the situation worse. Let's do Germany. Nice. Sammy Marco asking Ewan, is your hoodie still in that alley? Nope, it is in my laundry basket. I wore it home. Centrum. Is this Sweden? Yeah. This is Sweden. Oh, no. Freezite said hanging around with some beta chips, etc. Whatever you kids say. That's pretty funny. I'm going to tell that friend that you're bullying him. He'll laugh at that. It was objectively so funny when he did that because we were like, dude, why did you bring the Russian textbook to the bar? It was great. Yeah, this just has to be Swedish, right? Yeah, Sammy Marco saying Swedish. Let's do it. Boom. Ooh, Brazil. You'll now say, yes, maybe, no, I can't tell. Yeah, I actually can't tell. Let's meander briefly. I did see it said a key. Todos somos. I don't know that word. There's a chance this is not Brazil. But it should be Brazil. Just from the vibes. Ooh. Sammy Marco said I went to a new city yesterday and rode a new rapid transit line. I'm assuming that was Boston. Ooh, wait, no. Was it? Oh, Charlotte. Were you going to Charlotte? I remember you mentioning Charlotte now. My brain's all over the place. Improved from when we started the stream. My brain was just like, now it's working, but it's still not great. Okay, no, internship doesn't start until June. Wasn't sure if you went there to just, check it out. But I remember you mentioning Charlotte now. National political party. This is Spanish. Peru. Peruvian flag. I'm gonna go with this is Peru. Any objections? Christopher likes saying Sammy isn't too far from me. Yep, Charlotte, ding, ding, ding. Probably saw the YouTube post. And yeah, Christopher likes saying live near Greenville, South Carolina. That's not too far, isn't it? That's, I forget the map isn't working. That's ridiculous. The map. It's bizarre that it's just the map that isn't working. Everything else is working just fine. Yeah, Sammy Marco saying crazy that Virginia Tech is only a little under 3 hours from South Carolina. I'd honestly assume it'd be quicker. Oh, no, wait. No, that is crazy. Yeah, I'll give you that. That's crazy. I'd look at it on the map, but the map doesn't want to work. Speaking of maps, it was funny. It was, where was I? Where's this story going? 4 hours from Greenville. That's nothing. How far is Virginia Tech from D.C.? Because you're like at least 3 hours from D.C., right? What's it? Oh yeah. Was at the Met yesterday for a scavenger hunt. It wasn't an official Met scavenger hunt. It was like a friend of a friend of a friend did an unofficial one. So my roommate, one of his friends, and I, we were a team, and I'm talking to his friend, and I'm helping us get through one of the sections because I'm like, I know this history, so it's like I can figure out what it is we're looking for XYZ. And he looks at me, and my roommate's friend, he looks at me and goes, "Did you ever play?" And I just cut him off. I was like, "Yeah." So he's like, and then he finishes. He's like, "Map games." I'm like, "Yeah, map games. I play the map games." Arturo saying I'm 9 hours away from Greenville. Sammy Marco saying 4 hours from DC too. Okay. It's crazy that DC's that far. Like, I think of Virginia Tech as a DC adjacent school. You're equidistant to Greenville, South Carolina. Kind of insane. Arturo, a little late. We've had 2 Mexicos tonight already, I think. Some bros lacking. SMH my head. I need to figure out what language this is in these towns. Arturo's saying you're lying. I'm not lying. I am not. There's been 2 Mexicos. I remember one Mexico vividly. I don't remember the other one. Freezite saying Arturo must be sick or something. Back me up here, right? We've had at least one Mexico. I'm pretty sure 2. Ewannnawe. Sammy Marco saying Slovakia vibes. I could get behind that. Is it maybe not Baltic? Sammy Marco saying or Finland. I don't. This isn't Finnish though. I would assume this is Lithuania or Latvia. Yeah, Sammy Marco saying leading more Finland. Yeah, Lithuania maybe. I like that. But still really nothing to go off of here. Christopher likes saying Google Maps has it 4 hours and change. I forget Virginia Tech's in the western end of Virginia. Yeah, it's way out there. I'd pull up Blacksburg, but the map isn't working. Yep. Yeah, 2 hours from the Virginia-Tennessee border. I think I've been there. I think I've been to the... Yeah, I've been here, like Murfreesboro in Kentucky, like drove across that border and then into Virginia, like right here, and then shot back up to DC. Just driving around. It's a house. Yeah, Sammy Marcos saying for my 9 hours. That's 9 hours to Memphis? Other trips aren't so bad. Yeah. It's kind of how it goes. Once you as you continue to expand your own, what are the words I'm looking for here? Yeah, once you do, I don't know. Words aren't wording right now. Long week. Not a restful day. Not a restful weekend at all. Zero rest was had. At all. And still no rest. And I gotta make food after this and then go to sleep and then continue to have no rest. Yay. Sammy Marcos saying Memphis is more west than Chicago. Insane. Really? Wow. And not by a little bit either. Like, significantly. Chicago's in line with Nashville. One that I like is that Tampa's kind of in line with Detroit. I showed people that one time. They're like, whoa. Or maybe not. Was it Columbus? I feel like that makes sense. As I said, my brain's off. Sammy Marcos saying DC to my grandparents or Philly's 3 hours. It feels so short now. Oh yeah, DC to Philly feels like nothing. Absolutely nothing. Once you start doing those long drives frequently, yeah, your baseline for what's long just my brain's mush. Freezite saying only been to Memphis on a layover. I didn't know Memphis was a place with many. Who flies into Memphis other than FedEx? Memphis Airport Departure Board. I seriously don't know who flies there. Oh, Southwest. That makes sense. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. I don't need to check there now. It's an interesting spot for... I guess Southwest kind of has their own funky model. Because Southwest doesn't really have hubs. But if they were to have them, Nashville would definitely be a hub. They've got a lot of stuff going through there. That's right next door. Sammy Marco asked, did you ever drive from Tampa to DC? I think like 4 times. One time I was with the first time I was with somebody, I drove Richmond to Jacksonville. We did it in one go. Second time, stopped in South Carolina for the night, going down. Third time was going up, stopped in North Carolina for the night. Fourth time, I just did the whole thing. It was like 2 p.m. leaving DC, and then I got to Tampa at 10 a.m. I was just like, I tried sleeping at rest stops in the Carolinas and in Georgia, and I was just like, nah. I gave it 5 minutes, and I was just like, I give up. I'm gonna keep going. Arturo Singh rewinded the video to see if you got Mexico, but saw you got Portugal wrong. Yeah, whoops. If I looked at the compass, I wouldn't have made that same mistake. Like, it was such an easy mistake to not make. .lt, but I don't want to take the truck's move. That's what it, okay, yeah. Christopher likes saying if you went directly south from Atlanta and kept going, you would miss the entire continent of South America. Yep. I think you would see Lima out the window. No, not even. You would see a tiny bit of Peru out the window. Yeah, that's crazy. You don't realize how far over South America is. Yeah, Freezite saying, I get free flights once in a while, so I ended up there once. Interesting. Memphis is quite the place. Sammy Marco saying, how do y'all feel about Southwest getting rid of no assigned seating and free bags? I feel like, honestly, I hated the no assigned seating. That was annoying. I don't like that kind of chaos. It was frustrating. Ooh, Freezite saying, I hate it. But it's annoying not having an assigned seat. I don't want a middle seat. I want to be able to pay an extra $40 to get an aisle seat. I like having the comfort in knowing that I will have the seat that I want. Not like, oh, the website crashed 24 hours before my flight, so I got stuck in boarding position C20. You know? Sammy Marco saying when you drive across the U.S., it's crazy how big and small it is at the same time. Yeah. I remember driving to New Mexico and just being like, and just realizing, you know, it was quick. 2 days. Savannah to New Mexico, just flew across the country basically. Rapid speed. And we weren't even trying to go that fast. Yeah, Christopher likes saying, yeah, see, I like to be honest, the free-for-all seating is kind of idiotic. Exactly. Thank you. Thank you, Christopher like. No. Freezite saying, I love the first come, first serve. You check in, and that gives you the boarding group. Nope, hated that. Hated that, because if you... anything could happen and you miss it. Flag of the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth. I would assume this is Lithuania. We've seen .lt and now we've seen a Lithuanian flag right here. This is Lithuania. Yeah, Cat saying window seat for short flight, aisle for long haul flight. Exactly. Because you get window seat for short, because you get the window seat, obviously needs no explaining. Aisle for long flight, because you can just get up to the bathroom. You don't have to worry about, has the person on the aisle fallen asleep? You know, is it going to bug them? You just get up unlimited times. I'm an aisle seat guy. Oh, boy. Oh, well, this is easy, actually. Nepal Investment Bank. I'm going to go with this is Nepal. Sammy Marco saying, I need to go to Kolsais and Uzhhorod. Why? What's in those locations? Genuine curiosity here. Oh, notice how it was only Belarus that was showing. Nepal, nice. Okay, Freezite saying I still get a free bag and free Wi-Fi, get the credit card and enjoy the perks, boys. I don't like getting one airline's card, though, unless, personally, obviously there are many people who have a valid reason for that. I don't fly one airline consistently enough to justify it. This looks like Turkish. I'm always flying different airlines, so it doesn't make sense. Just have the Venture X. Yeah, Turkish flag. Wow, Cat's in Nepal next Sunday, so you have to pack today. When do you leave then? If you're packing now. We good with Turkey? I'm hating this map. Turkey looks so cool every time we get it. I really want to... I was going to say visit Turkey, but I have visited Turkey. Go back to Turkey and visit it for more than 7 hours. Okay, Thursday evening after work. You're packing very far in advance. I respect you for that. I'm always a day before / morning of person. That way I can wash everything like the night before and everything's clean. I can just throw it in. So if I want to bring clothes because you know how you have, like my closet's full, but my roommate said it really well the other day. He's like, I have clean clothes, but none of my normal rotation is clean. And I'm like, I know exactly what you mean. It's like I could wear other clothes this week to do things, but I want to bring my normal rotation of clothes, so I got to wash them the day before. Blah 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 blah. See, Christopher Lee. Well, like yes and no to what Christopher Like is saying. Never limit yourself to one airline. Your wallet will thank you. There's definitely times like if I am someone who for work has to fly constantly, and I live in Atlanta, I'm getting a Delta card. It just makes sense. Similar, Miami. If I were flying a lot for work, and I lived in Miami, I'd get an American one. I have 3 airports to choose from, and I don't fly enough. I'm someone who flies a lot. Probably a lot less this year, though. 6 continents was a little insane for 1 year. It's a bit much. For, like, wallet and just, like, life and physical health, probably. Sammy Marco saying I had Wi-Fi on an Air Canada flight from Montreal and it felt wrong. I don't like having Wi-Fi on a flight. It feels wrong. On a plane you should be able to disconnect on a plane. That's one of the few places you can just totally disconnect. If you don't get back to anyone, nobody's going to be mad at you because they're like, oh yeah, you were on a plane. How would you have responded? Sharingrad, probably. Ooh. Cat saying I decided to have a 1-night layover in Hong Kong. I have to pack today as I have a busy work week this week, and I'm packing for 3 weeks of traveling. 3 weeks of traveling is crazy. That's gonna be great. I'm jealous. Freezite saying, lol, I've got 4 airline cards, 2 domestic, 2 international ones. International's hilarious. I guess anything is valid if you dress up like the Undertaker. It's saying Ewan wants to be Amish. I just like the idea of disconnecting. I definitely mentioned this before. There was a day where I decided I was only going to use my phone for necessities, so like Apple Pay to get on the subway. Or sending necessary texts. It was just no scrolling. It was, read a book with breakfast. That kind of thing. Read a book on the subway, which I already do, but I do it on my phone, so I brought the physical copy of it. And I walked around the city without headphones on, and I was like, wow, this place sucks. So, the lesson was walk around New York with headphones on. Sammy Marco saying, Col. I assume it means Col. Whatever. I'm going to say it how I choose to say it. Kolsice is in East Slovakia, and Uzhhorod is in very West Ukraine. When I go to Ukraine, but obviously, dumb to go to Kiev or even Lvov. So we do day trip to Uzhhorod, which is city of 100,000, and right on the border. Gotcha. It'd be interesting to see how the cultures kind of clash as well. Alright, I forget that map's not working. I always find border areas interesting. Still not helpful. Christopher Like it's saying, at least I have the option. Yeah, true, you've got Atlanta and Charlotte. That's nice. Atlanta's more options, but Charlotte is a hub for American. Yep. Charlotte's a big one. Freezite saying, Cat's the MVP. Cat saying, not Freezite, you're better than me. Not looking forward to the 14-hour flight from Vancouver to Hong Kong. Thankfully, you have the aisle seat. That's... Freezite Sim, just a Poyo man. You, sir, are a Canadian demigod. Vancouver to Hong Kong's gonna be a nightmare. What airline are you flying with for that? Still, just not helpful. Iltard saying it's not too bad of a flight. See if you can upgrade. See, it's like I'm at the point now where every flight, the 17-hour New York to Auckland is my new baseline for what a long flight is. But I don't know how other people feel. Sammy Marcus saying you and his book on Subway disconnecting Maxer. I would argue it's the opposite. By not having headphones in, I'm not disconnecting Maxing. I'm being a greater part of my surroundings. And after doing that for a day, I was like, no. No. This place sucks. You have to hear people talk, and they have stupid conversations. Croatian flag. Like, you just gotta know how to behave. These people who don't know how to behave. It's like, it's tourists. It's tourists who don't know how the city works and how, like, your demeanor needs to be. And it's weird. I don't know how to explain what I had a weird encounter in a kava yesterday. This woman was just like, better, like getting way too close, coming right up on the sneeze guard. She's asking me questions. I've got like, I don't know why the line's not moving. Why are you asking me that? Do you want to go behind the counter and make the food? Like, stop. I don't want to talk. Like, this is not a conversation we need to have. Sammy Walker saying tourists who don't know are the best. There's different ways. Like, the way that I would think about that, if someone just said, "Oh, the tourists are annoying," is not the way that is not the thing that I'm annoyed about. I'm annoyed about this woman just not minding her own business in the kava, and not minding it annoying. If she had something like substantive to discuss, and not just being like, "Oh, what are we doing? Like, why isn't the line moving?" Like, I don't know. The demeanor, the whole vibe. I'm not doing it justice. The vibe was so bizarre. I'm not explaining it well enough. Cat saying I'm at Walmart now doing shopping as I'm cheap. Iltide saying, yeah, taking the world's longest flight, that was rough. 19 and a half, Newark to Singapore. It's horrific. Did you have an aisle seat at least? Freezite saying Ewan should go to Bangladesh and ride the train roofs. Ewan doesn't want to do that. Ewan's tired. Ewan's old now. Ewan doesn't have the energy for that. Sammy Marcus saying public combos are always so funny. You took the 17-hour flight? Yep, sure did. It was brilliant the way there. I had a whole row to myself, but on the way back, I did not, and it was just really boring. I watched a bunch of Mission Impossible movies and did not particularly enjoy them, but, what's the thing? Oh, sunk cost fallacy. I was like, I've already watched 2 of them. I might as well keep going. Yeah, Cat's saying this gives me Slovenia vibes, but we need more clues. Wait, we saw a Croatian flag, didn't we? Why didn't we do it? My brain is off. We did see a Croatian flag, right? I got so lost in the chat that I fully forgot to click Croatia. And again, my brain's mush, as I've already mentioned. Sammy Marco saying, okay, Cat saying Croatia, here we trust you. Yeah, so we saw the flag. It's barely Croatia. Moldova, but it's not Moldova, so it's probably Romania. It's an interesting town. Sammy Marco saying, yeah, Kava girl's a no-no, that's a problem. It was like, I get in line, there's one woman ahead of me. this is Romanian. There's a woman ahead of me. She's got her headphones in. I've got my headphones in. We're both minding our own business. This other lady comes in, like, walks between us and the sneeze guard, like borderline cutting, like just to check everything out. Doesn't get directly in line behind me. Forms like a triangle with me and this other woman. And as the other person's doing her order, and I'm giving her a sufficient amount of space, like a normal amount of space, the woman behind me is like right up on me, and it's like, chill. I don't know. That was just weird. Cat's in Romania. Let's do it. Love it. L Tired's in business class points. That's true. That's awesome. I'm glad you got to enjoy that in business class. This is Portuguese. Rua das Santas. Road of the Saints. Road of Saints. Freezite saying Ewan is Tom Cruise Max, and I was Tom Cruise Maxed on that flight. It was going crazy. I did not even enjoy the movies. Oh, okay. Cat's saying that flight is only premium economy or business, right? That's crazy. It's kind of nice, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't have the money for that. Good with economy. Yeah, I don't think I'd spend the money on that either. I don't have the points for it. Or the money for it. Yeah, Sammy Marco saying this is why I make my own slop bowls at home. See, I didn't have time. I had too much going on yesterday morning. That was my breakfast. Viviendo. I'm going to assume this is Portugal. So we've seen Portuguese. We just need... That's also Portuguese. We need plates. That just looks like Portugal. Christopher likes saying HSN QVC declared bankruptcy. Sign of the times. What's HSN QVC? I know I'll know it as soon as you say it. Stop is in English, which means it's EU, and this Portuguese. This is Portugal. Boom. Redemption for the other Portugal round. This will be Lesotho or Eswatini. Probably Eswatini. Cat's saying there's alarm beeping for 3 minutes now at this Walmart, and it's annoying. I'm just eating at McDonald's while watching the stream. I love that for you. I'm picturing that exact setup, and I just love that. Those are those great nights. You're just in a Walmart eating McDonald's. You're like, why is there this alarm going off? Those are some of... Ow! My heel is so weird. Ugh. Oh, okay. Home Shopping Network. I'm somewhat surprised that they've been in business as long as they are. Gotcha. Aren't gone yet, but they're close. Just... That's so... My foot is killing me. I can do a bit of a jog now, by the way, which is just crazy. I just have to be very, very careful about it, and I have to remember that I'm injured. Whoops. I kind of went into a speed walk for a second on Friday night and kind of hit the left ankle weird and just immediately was like, whoa! But I can do a bit of a jog. Don't tell my physical therapist that. He'd get mad if he found out I jogged. SC, Swaziland. I know trucks move, but like, come on. It's literally Eswatini or Lesotho, and that truck says Eswatini. Swaziland, there we go. This is Eswatini. Boom. Any objections? I just wish I would get feeling back in that part of my heel that's weird. Yeah. Because you're like saying Ewan's foot issue is similar to my pinched nerve issue. It's very similar. Because it's the nerves were, suffocated in there. I don't know why a hook is popping up on the screen. The nerves are kind of readjusting. But it's been a while. I mean, it's been 3 months now. It should be readjusted. Oh, this is Trekker. Where's the sea? Sea's to the north. Yeah, highly annoying. How are you doing with that, by the way, Christopher Like? Ooh. Freezite asking, American University of Beirut. Okay, well, this is Beirut. This is really nice. I do really want to go to Lebanon, but obviously not right now. Any objections to Lebanon? It said it. I don't think we need to do the whole thing. Freezite asking Sammy, when you met Miles in transit, did you meet the Tribal King? I have no idea who the Tribal King is. That's a really sick name. Okay, you're fully healed. Glad to hear that. Really glad to hear that. That's annoying. Like, nerve stuff is always just so... It's like... It's icky. Sammy saying, Miles told me to let him know when I'm in Boston, so we should be able to make something work. That'll be sick. Sammy Marco out here doing some collabs. Meandering around this little village. Oh, okay, airport bus driver, so maybe I'll see him. That's so cool. That's such a cool name. Christopher Lex saying, sometimes my brain still needs to retrain itself. Oh, yikes. Retrain itself at times going up and down a ladder. That's crazy. Luckily, I don't think my body's done anything like that. .es, Spain. I feel like we're pretty safe in that this is Spain. Any objections? Yep, Sammy is making moves. Baller status. I'm so excited to do videos again. Sometime soon. Like, now that I can walk. I have a really great video idea that I really want to do. But my physical therapist will yell at me if I tell him it. It's probably like an October thing. Spain. Yep, Cat's saying I think it's Spain too. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to do a bunch of smaller videos so that each video doesn't take 1,000 years to edit. So I can do like NYC videos or like go up and down the Northeast Corridor, provided I have a weekend open ever that I didn't, pencil in a month in advance. Every weekend is occupied up until like May 16th at this point. It's always... It's funny, Drew said the whole birthday thing last week. Someone texted me today. It's like, hey, keep this date open for a birthday party. I was like, yep, there we go. Sammy Marcoson collab with Ewan. There we go. You're up in Boston, New York, not too far. The collab everyone's been waiting for. We want slot bowl IRL vids. That'll happen. That'll totally happen. Have y'all seen the comments, or have I talked about this? The comments on my LaGuardia to JFK video where people were like, why did you go to Dunkin'? Because I was hungry. Like, flew into LaGuardia, didn't get food outside the airport. I just went to the Dunkin' in the terminal. People were mad about that. People were, like, livid. It was so funny. People left insane comments. Freezite saying Cats and I will be his assistants, so we'll be YouTube superstars soon. I'm excited for you. Miles in Transit went to France recently. Love that. Cat saying the slot bowl IRL videos are a good idea. You'll see me eat them. If there's like day trip videos that I'm doing, like day challenge. I have so many good ideas. So many good ideas. But no Yeah. What were we saying? Kind of had a moment there. Simi Mark was saying Miles in Transit also went to Asia in January. Do be going everywhere. And Frizette saying I'm a content genius. Like what? I'm gonna be Kava versus Halal guys battle. I'm not doing food challenges. I don't like food enough. We've established this. No food challenge. I don't want to eat. That's annoying. Eating's annoying. Yeah, Kat saying I watch Miles videos once in a while. I think I've seen one or two, but not recently. Orishay saying halal guys 100%. I think I'm aware of who the halal guys are. I think someone vaguely explained them to me one time. I could, like, the hype is probably... Don't they have an insane line? I think I've seen them before, and it's just like, I'm not getting in that line. Cat saying gonna ride the bus home now. You still got any McDonald's left? Would love some McDonald's. We're scraping by for our burrito money. No. We're saving money. We're saving money this year. Local videos. No 6 continents. You know, just chilling. Make sure to thank the bus driver from Arturo. Sammy Marco saying you and hating eating is crazy to me. I always look forward to eating. It's just, I don't know. Food doesn't taste good enough. It's annoying making it, or it costs money to buy it. It's just extremely unpleasant. Okay, finished my food. Just got a chocolate sundae. Gotcha. I can't remember the last time I had a McDonald's ice cream. I didn't even know they had chocolate. Oof. Yeah, Sammy Marco saying Canadian Walmart is such a funny concept to me. I think I've been to a Canadian Walmart like 12 years ago. My skeleton era. I am not in my skeleton era. I am not in my skeleton era. I have, now that my foot is like very, it's mobile. This is the healthiest I've been in 23 months. I am not a skeleton right now. I've been forcing so much food into my body because I've been going to the gym so much. I am not a skeleton right now. My friends the other day were even like, wow, you look so good. I'm like, thank you. I look great. That means nothing to me. Sammy Marco saying Fat Ewan. Fat Ewan is crazy. I was going for Buff Ewan, but I guess if you want to go for that. No, I look great right now. I'm just being so like you see here up. I look great right now. It's the other week. I don't remember what it was. You know what? Never mind. I gotta catch up on the chat. Christopher like saying I don't watch travel videos for food content. People think it's necessary. It's not. See, that's me. I'm not watching travel videos for food content. I'm watching it for the travel. It's buff maxing, exactly. It's buff maxing. My friend last night was like, yo, I'm fun maxing. And I was like, you know what? I can't fault you there. Yeah, it was really funny. The context of it is funnier, but it's not important. Yeah, Simi Marcos saying I don't care about food and travel videos. I know I can't eat it anyway. See, two different things. I find it interesting when I watch travel videos, and I don't really watch the like tour guide ones that often. I find it interesting if there's something really out there and unique being made somewhere. If it's just, oh, try this taco, I don't care. I know what a taco looks like. I can't taste it through the screen. But if it's like, try Boogadaboo, it's unique to this country. You only get it in this city. This is the famous Boogadaboo. Then I'm like, oh, well, what's Boogadaboo? I want to try that. That's where I feel like the exception lies. When we get Sammy, Marco, and Freezite talking about the Miles in Transit cast, the minor characters. Oh yeah, Cat's saying there's even Walmarts in Central America. I think I remember you talking about that one time. And Cat's saying I'm okay with food and travel videos. Whenever I travel, I tend to eat different stuff than I can eat at home. That's valid. And that's kind of what I'm saying. Like for Boogadaboo, it's interesting. But I'm also probably not going to eat it when I get there. If I'm so real. Freezite saying Ewan has an underdeveloped palate, though. Keep that in mind. It's not necessarily underdeveloped. It's just I can't be bothered. It's like, why? I wish I didn't have to eat. I was doing a financial audit literally 2 hours ago, and food was my biggest expense. And I was like, well, the obvious way to fix this is to start cooking at home. But I hate I just hate food. I wish it didn't cost so much money. I had a kava bowl today. It was double chicken because I was hungry. $18. I was like, I don't even enjoy this. This doesn't even taste good. It's $18 to stop the hungry feeling. Sammy Marco saying food is I don't count rent. Rent is a fixed cost. There's nothing I can do about that one. So I didn't mentally. I don't think like when I'm thinking, okay, where can I reduce costs? I'm not looking at rent because I know like ratio of income to what I'm paying in rent. I'm fine there. So it's not what I look at. And I put everything into ChatGPT just to be like, where could I save money? It was like, dude, the food. But also it was especially high. It was like a January to April audit. It was especially high because I couldn't walk. And so it was DoorDash. So DoorDash is 3 meals a day was DoorDash. Because if I was in the kitchen too long, it felt uncomfortable. Because I'd be on my little knee scooter, and then the blood would rush to my foot. My foot would start to feel like it's going to explode. So I feel like the date is a little skewed right now. Either way, the people want a slop bowl series. I don't want to eat more slop bowls. Exactly, Sammy Marco. DoorDashing everything's going to nuke the bank. But I didn't spend money on other things. So it was a trade-off. I was still kind of spending the same amount of money, but it was just all on DoorDash. Instead of, like, culture or, I don't know, miscellaneous, clothes. It was just all DoorDash. Haircuts. I wasn't getting my haircut. I did pull up to my barber in crutches. And he was like, dude. But that was after a while. Freezite saying 0.6 burrito coin sounds pricey, but no, I don't know what I'm talking about. New show, Ewan cooks for you and Svetlana. Ewan shouldn't cook. Ewan needs to learn how to cook like a real buff man. The kitchen's so small though, it's so annoying. It's just so annoying, and I can't meal prep because I just never eat it. I never get around to eating it. I think I do have to. The number I saw was very much like, yeah, I have to start cooking. Jram or Hram Muchenica Prokalia. This is Balkan. Yeah, Cat saying I'm just doing 25-cent pack of instant noodles every day to save money. That's a brilliant idea. You're onto something. You're a genius. Instant noodles and then chicken, and then I don't cook rice. Psh. Big brain. Yeah, of course it's expensive. You're eating out in New York, but I'm not going to fancy restaurants or anything. Normally. It's just Kava and Chipotle. The acai bowl number was kind of high. Freeside saying Proco something? Huh? Sammy Marco saying write that down, Ewan. I will. I will start cooking. Ish. I will find every possible workaround to make it bearable. I'm just gonna cook a bunch of chicken and store it in the freezer. And then do it with the instant noodles. That seems like the big brain move. Thank you for that, Cats. Fruzite saying you wouldn't listen to no one. Yeah, Cat saying I have a spreadsheet of my monthly budgeting, so I'm able to watch out with my spending. That's smart. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Where are we? We're in the Balkans. We've seen Cyrillic. So it's Serbia. It's North Macedonia. It's Montenegro. There's a rift in the sky, so it's probably Montenegro. But yeah, Sammy Marcos saying maybe I shouldn't ever consider moving to New York. It's not as bad as people say. Like, cost-wise. It's terrible if you're visiting. Because then you are, like, spending $1 billion a meal. Come on. Come on. Yeah, new series. Ewan lives on $8 a day in New York. You're welcome. Low-key. So you have thought about doing that kind of stuff? Like, daily life challenges? But I don't want to... I don't like the barrier... Oops. Touch the mic. Don't want to cross that barrier of, like, my actual life and, like, the YouTube channel. I like there being a barrier there. That's where it feels like it becomes invasive. Christopher likes saying someone burnt ramen noodles at work the other day as I walked into the break room. Second time that's happened. I remember you mentioning that before. Yeah, smell reeks for days. Freezite will see you in doing grocery shopping. Oh, my least favorite thing. You're the one saying it's impossible to meal prep. It's just, it's... Because, like, all the stuff is already full in the fridge. There's 3 of us in here, and they lived as 2 of them for a year before I moved in, so there's very little space for my things at this point without asking them to downsize. So we're gonna need to figure out something there. Because on the other hand, it's nice because I fully just reap the benefits of all of their things. Like, all of our utensils, our plates, like, dishware, furniture, all theirs. Except for, you know, my room. Just kind of a trade-off. There's pros and cons to that. Sammy, when you visit, go to Queens and eat there. Affordable. Yeah, it was... When the waiter brought us our food last night, he was like, look at that, it's not a Manhattan portion. Everyone always comes here from Manhattan, and they're like, wow, you're such big portions. And we were like, well, I mean, it's a good portion. Here we go. This should be helpful. Freezite, where am I going to put a $150 mini fridge? Where is that going to go? It's a mini apartment. There's no room for a mini fridge. Where's it gonna go? You want to see? I'm gonna move my chair back, and I'm gonna stop when it hits my bed. My bed's against the wall, and my desk is against the other wall. There. That's how much free space exists in this room. Yeah, you said behind me. Where behind me? this. I can block the closet with it. This is not helpful. This is a web address, and it looks like there's an M there. It looks like it's an M and web address under my desk. That also wouldn't fit, because right next to my desk is my dresser. The dresser touches the desk, and then the dresser goes all the way. The door doesn't even open fully. The door hits the dresser. The door does not open fully. Nothing fits in here. When there's a will, there's a pollo. Ah! Yeah, when you have no room, you have no room. Exactly. Thank you, Christopher. Thank you. I appreciate that. Sammy Marco saying, man, your apartment is tiny. The room is tiny. I have the smallest room. Because the guy before me wanted the smallest room. And then he moved out 6 weeks after moving in. And this was the empty room. Yeah, Cat saying Montenegro. I agree. And I kind of want to just do it. Is anyone... Yeah, Eltired's feeling it too. Yeah. What do we think, team? Me thinks Christopher is enabling our boy. No, there's no room for it. Put mini fridge in common area. It's not enough. It would look out of place. The only place that isn't full is the living room, and there's just like a random mini fridge in there. It just kind of, yeah. Christopher likes saying Montenegro or Croatia. I definitely think this is Montenegro. We even have the Sky Rift. It's gotta be. Any objections? Ooh, Cat saying freeze out. I had that before when old roommate used to steal food from you. I'm sorry, dude. That's the worst. Sammy Marco saying, freeze out. Problem is I have a ton of food allergies, so can't eat at random places. I can only eat at a few chain places, and local places are a no-no. That sucks, dude. That's hard to navigate with that. Freezite saying, I don't know, man. I find solutions. Nothing's out of reach unless you limit yourself. See, my solution was just order food. That was the solution. Okay, going once. Going twice. Freezite asking, what are we playing? What do you mean, what are we playing? It's the same thing we've been playing every Sunday for 2 years. Going twice. Nobody's objecting. That was stressful. Cat saying, try to help with. Yeah, I'll try to help with the streak, but I'm just on my phone now, so the screen is small. No worries. We're chilling. Yay! Oh, this is probably Baltic. Cats, we actually need your help. Cats, Lithuanian, Latvian. What are we doing here? Sammy Marco saying Freezite sounds like an inspirational Insta post. Kind of. To an extent, yes. Cat saying Lithuania question mark. That's good. Okay, that S is only in Lithuanian, you think. Okay, that's helpful. Let's go see some more words real quick. Looking at myself in the camera, I can see myself when I look at this screen. But looking at it, I remembered. So I got the kava yesterday after getting a haircut, and it's a new barber I'm going to. It's the second time going there. I walked in. My hair is how it's. My hair's just like as it normally is. I sit down. I'm like, yeah, can we do this? He's like, okay, cool. And then at the end, he's like, by the way, you shouldn't ask for what you asked for. With the way you wear your hair, it doesn't work. And I was like, you're telling me this after you cut it? What? I was just so mad. I was like, what? Why didn't you just push back when I asked for that and say, no, that looks bad, you should do this instead? I was like, okay. So I'm looking for a new barber. So I was like, well, that's not my new barber. Oops. Sorry. Feeling Lithuanian here? Freezite saying, Sammy, I've had to solve problems since I can remember. Okay, Cat saying it Lithuania for sure. Nice. Sammy, I've had to solve problems since I can remember. Since I have no one to solve them for me, it becomes second nature. It's good. Independent problem solver, that's always good. Cat saying, ill tired, you're going to Europe, right? Have fun. Yep. I feel like everyone's always traveling at the same time. It's never just one person who's gone. It's always like two people traveling off somewhere. I think I see Skrillex over there. Oh, let's meander. Sammy Marcos says, saying, yeah, I'm letting my hair grow until I get back to Nova. It's the longest it's been since COVID. That's a while. That's 6 years now. Yeah, kind of like every now and then I toy with like maybe I should grow a mustache, but I know that that's not what I should do. Yeah, I don't like the barbers in Blacksburg. Fair enough. I mean, if you can hold out just, not getting haircuts until you go home, whenever you go home, might as well. That's what I used to do. First place I go, granted my barber was my buddy's dad, so it was like I'd see my friend and go to the barber, and it was just like a fun place to hang out. But that was always like a day one thing, was okay, haircut, going home. Aptieka. That means pharmacy. Ugh. Freeside says I'm that guy people call when they're in trouble. Ill tired saying hashtag buzzcut. Low-key, I'm kind of thinking buzzcut. I feel like I could maybe rock that. Maybe. I don't know though. Riche saying buzz. I think if I did it right with like the fade, like I kept the fade and just buzzed the top, I think that would be kind of fire. Sammy Marco saying you and about to join the military. You've always wanted to go to Iran, right? Oh yeah. Get the friar talk. What are we doing? Brad, I don't know where we are. Such an American hero. Cat saying I'll be staying with a group of Lithuanian friends in an apartment in Vienna in 3 weeks. That'll be so fun. Got invited to their group chat and they're speaking Lithuanian. Yeah, I guess that's that you were already one of our two Baltic experts. That definitely furthers your case as Baltic expert. Trash cans look like those in Spain. Okay. Sammy should have long hair like the YouTube rock star he is. Going home in 1 month, you can totally last. Freezite saying hashtag Mohawk. I don't. There's like, well, everything's so bizarre. I can't figure. I think this is Bulgaria, maybe. Let's go over here. No, it's not helpful. For that same Mediterranean restaurant. Was there a Mediterranean restaurant back there? Delovi. Off to Auto Delovi. Oh, it said that. Okay. I was not paying attention. Amigo Company. Oh, boy. Okay, we've got dual script here. Or just, it's not repeating the same thing. So I don't know if that makes it not technically dual script, but there's words in both Latin and Cyrillic alphabets over there. Belshina. Yeah, Friesite saying Bulgaria, maybe. Operating... So, center operating... Strumitsa? Working... something. Huh. I don't know. Cat saying that she had long hair last year as I need to have a haircut to attend my friend's wedding. Gotcha. In Burton in England. Let's see, I go back and forth between long hair and short hair. Like, which one should I do? When I grew out my hair a good bit longer, later last year, a lot of my friends said it looked a lot better. I should stick with that. But it was to the point where the way they were saying that looks a lot better. I was kind of like, all right, guys, you like, it wasn't that bad before. Let's chill out. Ugh. Ooh, wow. Cat's missing the streams for 4 weeks. Yeah, Thursday evening flying out. Uber to the airport. Freeside saying such racism on that van. Yeah, that wasn't going to comment on that. That was definitely an interesting van. It's, yeah. Freeside saying that logo looks a bit like the Ukrainian crest. Where did you see that? Also, that means north. Sever in Russian. Centaur. A little different from Russian. There should be... In Russian, there's no A. It's just center. Not centaur. Arturo should have filed a report. Make sure you guys are at 100+ streak when I get back. Will do. We'll try. Maybe I shouldn't say will do. That might be a little... I don't want to lie. Web address? Really feeling Bulgaria here. All the signs are just saying like this is the center of town. This is whoops. Where'd the sign go? He'll ban me by the time you return because I keep it real. I feel like you're probably safe given you haven't been banned yet. But who knows? Yeah, Vasilevo. Okay. Can't say maybe North Macedonia. Freeze saying looks too dry for Bulgaria. Interesting. Right, we can't go there. We gotta go back. What's on this sign? Oh yeah, so many emergencies in New York. I forget about this side. I don't even hear them. Oh. Republic Bulgaria is that way. To the east. Cool. Well, it's either Serbia or North Macedonia. Cat saying Vasilevo might be North Macedonia. Well, I can't check the map. Okay, Cats is saying this is North Macedonia. I'm happy to roll with that. Nice. Good job, Cats. You know what I'm so excited for? Just going to sleep tonight. Just roll into bed. And go to sleep. The North mac and cheese. That's funny. That's like Dr. Congo. Sammy Marcus saying, cool thing about learning Cyrillic is you unlock more than just Russian. 100%. That was like in Serbia, I could read things. It's incredibly helpful. Mac and cheese. Frizzette. Oh. I was going to say something. Oh, yeah. In Brighton Beach, there were all these, there was so much in Cyrillic. We'd walk by like a bookstore, and they'd have all these Russian books out front. I'm not even like, oh, this is an antique, we're doing a theme. It was like, no, this is just the local bookstore. Everyone speaks, nobody on the street was speaking English. There were very few people speaking English. It took a while to hear English. Yeah. Freezite saying Spain, southern Spain. Yeah, I'm happy to go with that. Yeah. Let's do it. Why does my foot feel so weird? Alright, any objections? Yeah, Christopher likes saying learning Spanish also unlocks a world of culture and lingo. I feel like learning any Romance language. It's incredibly helpful. Yeah, Sammy Marco, it's crazy that we still have neighborhoods speaking Cyrillic languages. Well, I mean, honestly, I think Brighton Beach, just from the people I spoke to, I think it's all, like, recent immigrants. And it's, the people they know here also live in that neighborhood, so they moved to that neighborhood. It's not a leftover thing. It's people still actively coming. We met people last night who did not speak English. They just fully didn't speak English. There was one place we went into as we were walking up. I was like, guys, what if we don't speak English in this place? And we were like, yeah, okay. But our Russian wasn't good enough, so it was just me and one of the guys speaking in Spanish to each other, while the other guy was like, guys, stop. I can't understand. But he couldn't speak in English, so he was saying it in Russian and German, because the other guy spoke a bit of German. So that was like a funny 5 minutes. All right, let's do Spain. Who doesn't speak Freezite? Il Tired saying cats. Always try to do laundry while traveling. Hit a wash and fold. It's always good. Gratis. Hold up. Kaiser Fengas. Did not expect to see that. And gratis. I didn't know gratis was German. It kind of looks like Luxembourg, but it's not with the plates. Boo. Yeah, Sammy Marcos saying Spanish. Yeah, Spanish is cool because you get a little French, Italian, and Portuguese. Exactly. Freezite saying need to learn Tagalog so Cats and I can gossip on the stream. That'd be fun. I've just learned it too then at that point. Gratis is German. Yeah, that's German, by the way. Gratis is German. It means free, comes from Latin. No, I knew it meant free. I just assumed that wasn't German because it's Latin. .at. Any objections, Austria? Cat saying, don't think you'll have the opportunity for laundry in the upcoming trip. Busy itinerary. That's crazy. No laundry opportunities. Wild. 3 weeks. What's your plan then? How much stuff are you bringing? Freezite saying nothing's impossible. With regard to, I think, the language thing. The no speaking English thing. Alright, let's do it. Yeah, Sammy Marcus saying language is so interesting. I like how you kind of see history play out in languages. I watched a video earlier about after the Romans conquered Gaul They built a road that went from kind of like here on the English Channel across Belgium into, you know, the Rhine, which was the frontier at the time. And that road, because, you know, the military was moving along it, that's kind of what, so obviously, you know, Latin made its way to the road and the areas around it. But once you got north of it, people were still speaking, you know, Germanic languages. And that road created basically the French, Dutch, that took me too long, Dutch divide in Belgium today. It's like, look, if you were to superimpose the road on Belgium, it's like you can see that just above it is pretty much the exact line. Very interesting video. Yes, Sammy Mark was saying amazing history moment. 24 days worth of clothes. How many bags is that? That's impressive. This will be Argentina or Uruguay. Oh. Well, that's easy. It's Argentina. Zooming out because I was telling the Belgium story. Clicking on this. Rolling with it. Freeze saying a town I need to go see soon is Trier in Germany. Lots of history there. What's specific history? Yeah, Freeze saying modern societies are a result of conquest and disease. Languages reflect that. Oh, Toulouse. Well, that's easy. Yeah, I do think, and that's one of the things I like about it. You see kind of where societies intersected. I just find that very interesting. Like being on GeoGuessr and seeing so many words in Bulgaria being similar, if not the exact same, in Russian. It's just interesting. I don't know any other word for it. Okay, reusing shorts and pants, smart. There's so many quick dry shirts as I know I'll be sweating a lot. Gotcha. Okay, one of the best preserved Roman buildings is there. Yeah, well, let's see. I got the Memphis International Flight status pulled up. Trier, just did ear. Trier. We'll start with Trier. Oh, looks nice. Roman. That looks cool. Yeah. That's pretty solid. I'll give you that. Want to go see Schengen, Luxembourg, but boyfriend doesn't understand why I'm excited, so he probably won't go. What is Schengen, Luxembourg? I feel like I should know what that is, but I don't. Where are we? What are we doing right now? Oh, yeah. We're somewhere. Let's not go that way. Christopher likes saying, I got funny looks packing a coat during the summer month traveling to Australia. When I packed, I was 3 weeks away from my trip and went up the East Coast. Yeah. That's always... It's funny when you're going between completely different climates. That happened a lot in college where I was, you know, flying back from winter break or Thanksgiving when it was still, you know, hot in Florida, you know, 70 degrees, but it would be, you know, cold, very cold in DC. And I'd wear a winter coat to the airport in Florida as it's 70 degrees outside. And then vice versa. TEE. This is Finland then, right? Or is Finland TIE? Either way, this is Finland or Estonia. Okay, where they signed the open border treaty for EU. That's cool. I would want to see that too. I didn't see that when I was there. Dang. Oh yeah, you're only gonna need the one hoodie for summer in Boston, Sammy Marco. 100%. Yeah. But yeah, Kat saying Estonia. Let's do it. Frieza saying Cats packs fewer shirts. We can walk around without a shirt and get all the ladies. Please no, I don't want to scare the people. Frieza saying you when entering his skeleton era. Cat's always in his beefcake era. It's not my skeleton era, bro. Sammy Marco saying London, and then I think catching the Bank of Ireland thing over here. Saying Dublin. Yeah, this is likely Ireland. Any objections? Cat saying I'm doing Hong Kong, Nepal, Bhutan, India, Austria. Thankfully, it's mostly summer, so I don't need to pack winter clothing. Just tons of shorts. That's such a crazy itinerary. Good for you. That's awesome. Sammy Marco asking Freesite what era he's in. I think you're probably safer not being put into a Freesite era. Big yawn. YouTube Transit God era pimp. Yellow plates. But this is Colombia. Look at the taxis, look at the plates. It's Spanish. Yeah. Colombia. And yeah, it says it everywhere, so we're good. Ooh, yay, middle of nowhere. Awesome. Freesite saying I need to go back to Ireland. I don't think you've ever mentioned Ireland before. You spent a lot of time there? Yeah, Cat saying this wasn't actually my plan, but plan C of my plans. I have to switch things due to flights and booking days off. Fair enough. I empower my guys, that's why I tell you. Big ups, Freesite. Ooh. Sammy Marco saying, did I tell you all in the Discord that I had the cops banging on my neighbor's door a few nights ago? Don't believe so. What happened there? Srillic. Barovo Trans. I'm assuming that's Barovo Transit. Learn to cook is step 1. We'll get there, I'm probably not gonna have time to meal prep this week. So next weekend? Oh, my Saturday is entirely free next weekend. No way. I'm gonna keep that free. I'm gonna fight to keep that Saturday free. I desperately want no plans next weekend. I'm so exhausted. Hong Kong and India are just layovers. Still to apply to an e-visa for India. Yeah, there are a lot of places that do that. I guess it's, free money for them. Just have a lax transit e-visa. Costs, $40. Free money. It's not enough to deter people from connecting. But it's... Okay, so apparently someone was trying to break and enter into one of the apartments here and the neighbor called it in. That's crazy. Yeah, 4 a.m. is terrifying. Restaurant. That's low. Freesite saying I need to send a box of oranges to Boston from my garden and lemon too. North Macedonian flag. Boom. Any objections to that? Oranges and lemons sound nice. Fruit sounds nice. This is my only fruit right now. It's... Nope, there goes one. Lemon mint. Lemon mint cop. There goes another. That's on the floor. North Mac and cheese again. We love it. Let's run it. Okay, $10 for the Indian one. That's not bad. Apparently it's the low season. Busier season, it's $40. That's crazy how they change it by the season. Also, to pay $30 for the visa on arrival for Nepal. That's not bad. Yeah, Freezite saying Chile. Almost certainly Chile. If others think it's Chile, I'm happy to just go for it because it's, it's Chile. I should be checking those plates for Chilean plates. Yeah, El Tired saying Walkabit, just be sure not Hi Bolivia or Peru. No, completely agree. Yeah, that's not a Chilean plate. That plate just honestly shouldn't even be here. That's a confusing plate. You know what? This is Israel. Go back. I don't know why I'm saying that like it's instructions. I'm the one driving. That's Hebrew. This is an Israeli plate, I think. Give me a second. Give me a second here. Let me cook. These are Israeli plates. Let's find a sign. Go back. Back. Israeli plate. Cat saying for Bhutan, my tour company is the one handling it. Yeah, tourists can only get visas if booked through a tour company. I've heard they're very strict on, well, just like outsiders. Sammy Marco asking you, and do you want to go to India someday? I would love to go everywhere. I was looking at that Mumbai flight. Remember? Like a weekend in Mumbai. It would have been like 6 hours in Mumbai. Yeah, Hebrew right here. This is Israel. Yeah. I do really want to do it, but I want like a month. And that's why it's not in kind of like an immediate plans list. Oh, where's Arturo? What are these plates? This definitely isn't Mexico. Yeah. Zagreb. This is Croatia. There's Arturo. There you go. Mexico represent. Hoorah. We doing Croatia? It said Zagreb on the sign. Arturo saying boy. Seeing a Mexico flag. You good with Croatia? I might be grasping at straw, or like, it's not the most solid case. Just like the sign said Zagreb, but I'm pretty sure we're good. Yeah, Sammy Marcos saying I want to travel to Mexico. I have a friend in Guadalajara. Mexico's great. Unfortunate that they have the national soccer team that they do, but other than that, everything else about it, Mexico is amazing. Mexico is easily my favorite country that I'm not a citizen of. Arturo saying thanks for translating. What did I translate? Yeah, Mexican. I think it's probably not the Mexican embassy, but it's probably the Mexican ambassador's residence in Zagreb. So let's do it. Yep. Sammy Marcos saying, what do you like about Mexico? The people are super friendly, the food's amazing, the drinks are great, like margaritas are the best drink, just hands down. Last night I saw people do shots, like vodka shots, and then they would chase it with literal fish, like fish. And I was like, Mexico has this right. You do a tequila shot and then you bite a lime. That's how that should be done. the food, drink, like that alone, the food, the drink, culture, fantastic, history, amazing. Just the way that a lot of the culture is a blend between Spanish and indigenous culture. It's a really cool, interesting fusion. I like the vibes. Mexico City is beautiful. Great country. Fantastic country. This is Costa Rica here. Sammy Marco saying, remember my food is very limited. I know that, but that's... Sammy Marco, this is me saying I like a country because of its food. Think about that. Rage bait Arturo Maxi. Cat saying it's almost 8 p.m. Enjoy your trip, Hill Tired, and hope to see the streak at... Oh, yeah, look at that. It is 10:01. Hope to see the streak at 100 when I'm back in 5 weeks. Oof. Enjoy your trip, cats. That's gonna be quite an adventure. It's gonna be awesome. Talk about putting a target on a guy. Yeah, peace, homie. Be safe. Cat saying thanks. Think W Dig will be traveling too this week. Love that. As I said, everyone's always traveling at the same time. Yep, have a great trip, cats. It's a loud horn. Freeside saying Sammy would have a great time in Mexico. Yep, thanks, Christopher. And yep, see, Sammy Mark saying all right. You and liking food. Good night, all. Yep. With that, it is 10:02. So we are at 30. We started today at 34. I wonder how we lost 4. I don't remember how that happened. Crazy. Whoops. So with that, I'll see you all back here next week. Have a wonderful